Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to day 6 of the 10-year YouTube celebration. I am very excited for this. Day 5, I had to put off and do a silly little 1-minute video where my Toad plushes were telling you that I couldn't get day 5. I couldn't get a video done for day 5. I didn't have the time. So that ended up being day 5. Day 6, here we go, is going to be all about Tournament Tuesdays. Now, this was not, again, the original planned video, but the ones before it, the ones I had planned before it, I just want to put more time and effort into those, so I'm going to save those for when I've got my days off from work. But yeah, I'm going to focus on Tournament Tuesdays, because that should be a fairly easier one, especially since I've done, like, ranking all the tournaments at the time and stuff like that. I've talked about Tournament Tuesdays a lot, so I should be able to make this fairly quicker and easier to edit to get this out on time, since, you know, I didn't get the episodes prepared like I wanted to. My fault, by the way. Skill issue. I'm dumb. Tournament Tuesdays was a series that I started back in 2016, where the whole idea behind it was mainly to be just random tournaments throughout a bunch of different games between myself and my best friend Tyson to see who could be the better whatever in all those different games. That was the whole idea, and the first one we did, and every single one we've done, has all been about wrestling, because I don't know, they've all been about wrestling. I've thought about branching off into other stuff, I just have not done that. But yeah, so the first one we did was in the game WWE 2K16 for the PS3, and that first episode came out April 19th, 2016, and the most recent episode was the multi-game tournament that came out this year, and the final episode came out May 21st of this year. And I think that was a really cool, really fun tournament. I had a great time with Tyson doing that. And yeah, so the first one was fine. Like, it was obviously recorded with my phone, both audio and video, so it doesn't look good, it doesn't sound good, and everyone else, and most of them we've done since are all better in that regard, but it's fine for what it was. It was a little AI simulated tournament. I picked 8 people, Tyson picked 8 people, and we did that, you know? It was fine. I overwhelmingly got super lucky with the AI in the game, and I won almost every match, and I easily won the tournament and became the first ever Tournament Tuesdays champion, which at the time was represented by a toy replica of the WWE World Heavyweight title, the big gold belt, and we have since upgraded that to be an actual official replica. That I'm not going to pull out right now, I don't have it near me at the moment, but yeah. That is that. And that episode came out, and I was fairly consistent with that first tournament, getting the finals out on May 31st, so took about a month, but I was fairly consistent and got it out, so I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah. And then we didn't get anything else Tournament Tuesdays until the end of that year, I do remember. And that would have been the tag team tournament. Actually, no. So the first episode of that was earlier, and then I didn't finish it until November of that year. That was the first tag team tournament we did. It was also in 2K16 for the PS3. Same exact thing. AI simulated. Tyson picked 4 teams. I picked 4 teams. AI simulated, Tyson picked 4 teams, I picked 4 teams, and that's what we did. And again, the AI was greatly on my side, and I won fairly easily again. And then we take a break up until 2018. We brought it back for another tag team tournament at the end of 2018 in WWE 2K19. It was the first one Tyson and I ever did together, actually, like 1v1. And that was a lot of fun. It was the most fun tag team tournament where it was, again, he picked 4 teams, I picked 4 teams, and we just said, hey, like, let's do this tournament. Let's bring back Tournament Tuesdays. Let's bring back Tournament Tuesdays, and I just came up with an idea of, let's just figure out who we think are personally the most fun tag teams for us to play as in 2K19. So we did that figured out our brackets, and we went back and forth. Again, this time playing against Tyson for real, I did do very well and win. See, the thing is, and this is going to sound like I'm gloating and bragging, and I don't want to, but at the end of the day, I've played the games longer, I know them better, and while Tyson does have plenty of wins over me, it's just like, at the end of the day, I'm more experienced with the games, and I think I'm just a better player at the games. Like, I'm typically better at reversing and kicking out of pins. Anytime that there's button mashing, Tyson's gotten a lot better at button mashing. He's I'm not gonna say very good, but he is good at button mashing. He's way better than he used to be, and but I'm still better at button mashing than he is for the most part as well. So anytime there's a mini game involving button mashing, I have the upper hand there. So like I don't even want to say I'm better, but like a lot of the things that the WWE games specifically require, I do have at least some sort of an upper hand at, which has made tournaments fairly weird, because a lot of the times, and I've noticed this over the years, a lot of the times it feels like when Tyson finally did start winning more. Well, okay, this is mainly true with you know what? Yeah, this is mainly true only with the final one, not the final one, the most recent one, the multi-game tournament, because I've noticed that so we originally had to do just one bracket, right? One side, and we made it bigger during the middle of round one, and I was doing very well. Again, it was basically all besides one. No, most of the matches were, again, me and Tyson playing against each other. We had a few AI simulated, but it was great majority Tyson and I playing against one another through the games. And I was doing very well, and I was beating him consistently in all the different games we were playing for these matches. And I noticed that by the time that we finished it and I was editing them to get them out, I noticed that it almost felt like I basically handed him the win by, convincing him to make it longer, and then coming up with a rule that said, oh hey, if he manages to beat me, say if it's a match where I have two of my own representatives, two of my own wrestlers, and he ends up beating me, then he gets to take control. So he could then get any lucky win and take control of that superstar, that they become his and represent him, etc. It felt like I basically kind of started handing him the tournament, and I wanted him to retain, I did, but there's a part of it that doesn't feel genuine in that most recent tournament, so I like that tournament quite a bit, but it's not the genuine surprise. It's not the genuine surprise of Fire Pro completely siding with him for that tournament, where we're literally watching that happen in real time. We have no idea what's going on, and the Fire Pro gods just completely wrecked me, So it wasn't the genuine surprise from that, and it wasn't the actual genuine fear I had of potentially losing in the Favorite Wrestlers tournament either, the one right before the Fire Pro tournament. Because there were plenty of moments where I genuinely did fear losing, and Tyson was genuinely getting win after win after win, especially as the tournament went on, as that tournament progressed, and it was the longest one we ever did. We put more effort into it, more time, had the winner's bracket and the loser's bracket attached to it. And again, as we got further in, he started getting win after win after win after win, and he really made me scared I was going to lose the title there. And you know what, goddamn it, I kind of wish he would have won the title in the Favorite Wrestlers tournament, quite honestly, because that would have been such a better moment, because I still would have then held the title in one continuous reign for so long, since the beginning of the tournament at that point. and would have had all these defenses under my belt. And it would have felt so cool and so much more rewarding, I think, if that would have been like, he finally turns his luck around, gets win after win after win after motherfucking win, all on his own, and then in the finals, he beats me, straight up. I think that would have been a much better win, personally. I do. And I in retrospect, in hindsight, I wish he would have won in the Favorite Wrestlers Tournament. I think that would have been a much better win for him. The Fire Pro Tournament was still cool, because, again, we still had, like, again, the stories we were telling with the characters we had been building up, you know, was still cool. I like that a lot, and it is still my favorite for that reason. Especially, again, with the way Tyson was just radiating the genuine babyface vibes in the Fire Pro Tournament. My body language told such a great story as well. And again, having that genuine surprise from Fire Pro, like we did, again, it all worked out. I think that was still really cool, and I like that tournament a lot. But again, looking at it now, like I said, the Favorite Wrestler Tournament would have been a much better tournament for Tyson to finally get that one massive win and win the title. Again, especially with how many wins he was picking up, and again, making me genuinely scared I was going to lose the title. But that's not what happened. I ended up winning anyway. We did the Fire Pro Tournament. He won there, thanks to the Fire Pro gods, and then we did the multi-game tournament, where, again, I don't care for it as much as, again, I do think again, I don't think it's as genuine, and I think it just feels like I kind of handed him a win. But if we go back up for a moment, tangent aside, after I finally finished the 2K16 Tag Team Tournament in November of 2016, like I said, the Most Fun Tag Tournament was the one that we started at the end of 2018 and then finished up at the start of 2019. And we were pretty consistent with that. And then shortly thereafter, we did the Most Fun Singles Tournament, which I ended up putting together in 2 parts, where, again, same vein, but instead of tag team, it was singles. The most fun people in singles action, we felt, for us, the most fun wrestlers in the game, 2K19, for us to play as in singles action. Every match against one another, and again, it was a lot of fun. Loved that tournament a lot too. Had genuine moments, and that was the first tournament that it went truly back and forth, and it came down to Tyson and I in the finals. Also would have been an acceptable spot for me to lose the title, but I'm glad it didn't happen there. I like the genuine moment between me finally beating him when he was playing as Aleister Black, because at the time, I think he was undefeated. Like, I had never beaten him when he was Aleister Black. So me getting through the tournament as Roderick Strong, Messiah of the Backbreaker, baby, and then finally getting that win was such a cool moment for me. And then just really helped our characters that we'd been building up, and yeah, I like that I retained there. But like I said, I do think the Favorite Wrestler Tournament should have ended with him beating me for the title. But after that, there were some promos that we had recorded post Most Fun Singles Tournament that in the playlist they're where they should be chronologically, but they didn't come out until way later. That's why they're titled Lost Videos in the playlist, if you look at it. And that was just literally us being in character and cutting promos to build up a new tournament. Which would lead to the Favorite Wrestlers Tournament. And before then, there's a small 12.5-minute video for the official Tournament Tuesdays rules, which have been slightly edited since then, but they're basically the same. But yeah, the Favorite Wrestlers Tournament, which the first episode actually came out on Wednesday. That's why it's titled Tournament Wednesdays. Because for some reason, I vividly remember this actually. I fully intended to upload it on a Tuesday. And for some reason, my brain decided to not work, and I thought that Wednesday was a Tuesday. I don't know. But yeah, that's the reason why. But yeah, so the Favorite Wrestlers Tournament started also in 2019 as well. And like I said, we decided to, right away, winner's bracket, loser's bracket, doing a huge tournament. The most effort, like I said, we ever put into one. Super cool. And we did exactly that. And it was literally you know, we started out with kind of like the original tournament. You know, we started out with 8 people in singles action. I chose 8, so kind of like the original, the AI simulated one. I picked 8 people, he picked 8 people, and this time it was all of just straight up our favorite wrestlers ever. And each superstar could only be picked once, no matter what. So if there was some crossover, you know, we had to move down the list. And Tyson got the first pick when we were setting it up and choosing wrestlers, so any crossover really affected me, because we do have some crossover for the favorites, not much. So yeah, he picked first. The crossover directly affected me, and he didn't get affected at all, sadly. Not sadly, it worked out for him, but for the picks. But yeah, we figured that out, and it was a lot of fun, and we kept that going pretty consistently, you know. Again, early on, I took like a big lead and was doing very well. He did actually beat me by submission early in the tournament, though. I think in round 1, we had Matt Hardy versus Daniel Bryan, which was actually a rematch from the original tournament that we did. And once again, Daniel Bryan beat Matt Hardy. And on top of that, Tyson playing against me made me submit. So that was pretty cool, because my thing is submissions. My character's always been called the submission expert, you know? So that's pretty cool. Big win for him. But then we just kind of kept progressing through the winner's bracket, also working the loser's bracket at the same time, not trying to just do all of one. Not trying to do like all the winner's bracket, go back to the loser's bracket, do all of that, and then blah, blah, blah. Working both at the same time, making that work pretty well. Lots and lots of videos. I had an episode dedicated to last chance matches, mainly giving the like 2 last people eliminated from the winner's bracket, minus Dean Ambrose in the finals. So which would have been Chris Jericho, Daniel Bryan. And we did a last chance match because it was me versus him, and that was our way of basically saying this is how we're gonna figure it out, so we don't have to do like a random ass triple threat for the finals. And it worked out. And yeah, at the end of the day, I ended up winning because I won the last chance match. That's what it came down to. I won that, and then getting rid of Daniel Bryan from the tournament, finally. And yeah, that led to me winning and retaining the title. And then shortly thereafter, we also made plans basically immediately to pick up where we left off and make another one. So we did exactly that, and we started cutting promos again. Very spur of the moment well, I will say that a lot of the promos are very just spur of the moment. We're like, we'll start thinking of ideas for Tournament Tuesdays, and then like we'll try and figure out exactly what we want to do. And then normally it'll start with, I'll just get like a random burst of inspiration, and I'll immediately set up the webcam in some spot, whether I want to be standing, sitting, whatever. I'll set up the webcam in a specific spot, the mic, and then I'll just talk. And I'll just talk, cut a promo, and then if I like, and then right after I finish, I'll stop, hit record again, and then Tyson will respond to exactly what he had just heard me say. And then I'll edit those together shortly after, and if I like kind of like where it went, we will roll with that. And that's kind of how most of them went. And then I liked both of our promos for going into the Fire Pro tournament so much that I did another promo responding to Tyson's promo in character. Which I really liked a lot. And then we basically did another promo where we did a video specifically us on camera, playing our characters, picking our representatives for the Fire Pro tournament. Where I was basically stacking the deck, and that was like the first kind of planting the seeds of basically doing a double turn. It wasn't intended at the time, But that's just the way it worked out, because originally Tyson wanted to be the heel, and he felt like he just plays a better heel when we're kind of in character, but it just kind of naturally worked out that way, and we did just like, yeah, a natural double turn for Tournament Tuesdays, which I thought was cool. Sadly, we weren't able to get together and then do Tournament Tuesday and do the Fire Pro tournament until a year later, the summer of 2020, height of the pandemic. We finally were able to get together and record the Fire Pro tournament. And then a year later, we hadn't done anything for a while, but a year later, I was just inspired to just start going through some footage, start editing, and I made the Tyson's Quest to Become Tournament Tuesday's Champion video, which I love so much, where it's like a little highlights video going through all the matches leading up to Tyson finally winning the title. All the matches, big moments, promos, stuff like that. Highlighting, again, all sorts of stuff. I like that video a lot. And then we cut some promos that are, like, not canon now to the series to build up another tournament, which ended up being tournament remakes, but they're just one match, not a tournament, and that's why they're not canon now. But we did those, got those out shortly, not too long after I did Tyson's Quest video. Then I did, and at that point with the tournament remakes, we had officially 8 tournaments. So I did a video ranking them all, because I thought that'd be pretty fun, and I like doing that. And then finally, we get to the multi-game tournament, which was the most recent one, like I said plenty of times earlier in the video, and we did promos for that too, which I thought was pretty cool. Thought that was pretty cool, definitely. But it is important to know, that wasn't the original plan. It wasn't the original plan for us to basically be out of character at that point, and just do one as friends again, kind of like the first tournament. But instead, the original plan was for us, like, we fully recorded like a really serious promo between the two of us, going back and forth at the same time, not just like I record something, he records something. Yeah, we went one promo all together, directly responding and bouncing off one another that way. But I just didn't like that promo. Like, I thought it was cool and there was a lot of potential there, so we might revisit it at some point. But I thought with that promo, at a certain point, we just start spinning in circles, you know? We're just going nowhere, saying the same thing, saying the same points, and we're effectively, again, just going nowhere. So I didn't like that, and like I said, decided to shelve that. We might revisit it at some point, though, to record the promos that did officially come out to lead into the multi-game tournament. And that's what we did. And again, I like the tournament, but I can't say it's my favorite, though, just because, like, it's not. I genuinely feel like it feels like I basically handed Tyson a win, sadly. Whereas, again, if he would have just legitimately beat me, it would have been so much better, you know? And again, that's why I wish he would have ended up winning in the favorite wrestler tournament anyway. Because if he would have done that, won the title there, that would have been such a great, rewarding feeling, I think. And then we could have gone with the idea of, like, playing the characters and then having, like, the double turn, me turning heel, him becoming a baby face, and then me stacking the decks, then me really stacking the deck against him, picking categories, picking the next game, deciding everything myself, him having no say, basically, and then for the Fire Pro gods to shine on him and get a win. Again, that would have been so cool, but that didn't happen. But, you know, it is what it is. Tournament Tuesday is still a series I love. It's been going for a long time. Tyson and I both love it a lot. He's still the champion, though, which is really cool. We will figure out what we want to do next. we've already been tossing around some ideas. We just need to get together again and really kind of solidify the next one. And that was going through all Tournament Tuesdays. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, comment down below, share it on social media, do all that good stuff. Join me for the 10 years YouTube celebration day 7. And until next time, I will see you later. Bye, guys.